Okay, so I'm using Cheryl Marchetti's Kipper, and the reason I'm doing this reading, oops, hold on, is because in Friday's reading for Trump, which is for his week, this week coming up, of course, Don Jr. came through, and it looked to me by those cards. I mean, there are several things in that reading about him and Trump, their relationship. And Lisa and I went into it a little bit yesterday, but I always do better remembering things which I'm not so good at remembering anyway, but if it's on my table. So I want to check in on Don Jr., long story, trying to make it shorter now. I want to check in. Here's my intention that I'm putting into the cards. Whoops. Well, there we go. There's our first card. Okay. I want to figure out, or I'm trying to see if we can get the truth as to whether or not, hold on, if I can use to mix these up a little better, whether or not Don Jr. will go down for RICO charges of some type, money laundering. Because I'm remembering, in 2017, things that came through about him and Trump. In fact, I found an article, and I'll link it in the comment section, or not the comment, but the description area. If you just click on the little more button, there's another whole world under there. I'll link the article there. But it was, I think it was from 2017, and it had to do with Trump and hooking up with the Panamanian drug cartel and selling a bunch of real estate to them. So that's just one part of it. Okay, so hold on. Let me tune into just Don Jr. Of course, if his dad comes through, I'll know which card that is, but Don Jr. Right there. Okay. All right, so this is our overseas card. So I'm wondering what he did in the past and what will be his future, of course. Oops. I have to get this top row perfect, otherwise the rest of them won't line up correctly in frame. Ooh. Okay, now it'll go much more quickly. All right, Don Jr. Now this could be Eric. This could also be friends. Now this is Don Jr. for this reading. He's the main male. Oh. Yikes. Okay, and then currently, well, yeah, because he's looking forward, this has to be Kimberly Guilfoyle. That is interesting that she came through. Wow. And then this could be Ivanka, or it could just be another female colleague of some type. Ooh. This is interesting. Oh, and here we have the money. Okay. Oh, and the cards at the bottom. This is his mental state, I think. It's a card I usually get for Trump. Ooh, communications, change coming in, thievery. Here's all my karmic and ooh. Okay, anyway, let's stick with what I have here on the table. So Don Jr. does appear and almost, right in the middle. So, but let me start here because them are the rules. In a grand tableau, or in this case a mini, little tiny grand tableau, you start, if the person card, well, wherever the person card comes through. In a grand tableau, the person card will show up somewhere because you use all the cards. The fact that he's shown up with only 21 cards is important, but the rules are you start with the person. So this is Don Jr. These cards above him are weighing down on him, These two cards behind him are sneaking up behind his back because I read directionally. And these cards down here, he might have a little more control over. But, and he's looking forward to this. And these cards are familiar right here. These cards came through before. These cards came through yesterday in my live stream with Lisa. So, So something that's been developing for a very long time is going to sneak up behind him. And it's because of rules and regulations. This is my Jack Smith card. It's what's sneaking up behind him are some obligations based on what he's done in the past that Don Jr. has to take self-responsibility for. And this is also our political card. But again, the rules and regulations are, when it comes to RICO charges, we're talking conspiracy to commit fraud. And it's our money laundering rule. It also involves, tax evasion and all of that, because, of course, money that's laundered has not been gained in a legal way, and therefore has not, there's taxes have not been paid on it. They might be later after the money's laundered and then put into another business, but anyway, let's let go of that. Let's just focus in on Don Jr. Now, I don't have the imprisonment, which would also be the restriction card, but what we do have in this 9-box square, around him, we do have his reputation. And I don't know if he and Kimberly Guilfoyle have married yet, but I feel like this card is on a couple different levels. I feel like this has to do with who he has bonded with. And this card is often my Trump Tower card because it rules tall buildings. Besides a person's reputation, it's a card for what they've achieved in the past and how they've been recognized in the public, how they've been rewarded in the past. And it's often one of those cards of people that are trying to put themselves in a higher position. And so this is who he's bonded with all his life, being his father's son. Now, I don't see that Trump has showed up here, except for, this card might be Trump. But the older gentleman didn't come through, which would be the dad. But anyway, he's been bonded to people that would only promote his career. I'll try to move a little faster now. And there's an investigation hanging over him. And because this card knights to the official person, this tells me that this is Jack Smith. Okay? And then, of course, our DOJ card was down here at the bottom of the deck, too, the courthouse card. So Jack Smith is sneaking up behind him, investigating him because of the way that he has made money and taken risks to make that money, to how Don Jr. has, in partnership, created abundance through, I think, money laundering, just like his dad. His dad was born into a mobbed-up family, and so is Don Jr. So, okay, Don Jr. has ambitions, and I think he has other wealthy colleagues, again, in the money laundering, the whole money laundering scheme. There's a whole community of these people, younger and older as well too, but he is more connected. Here's what I'm getting. He's more connected to the younger ones. So interesting. Yeah. Okay. But there's an investigation hanging over him. as to what he's done in the past. And this does have to do with his father's tall buildings, as well as him trying to be a part of this like hoity-toity society, and I'm sure he's never really been accepted. Okay, so now let's go with the first few cards. This is our addictions card. It's also our foreign relations card. And because the courtship card is coming in here, I think we can just kind of let go. We can say for sure we know he's a drug addict, coked out. I mean, Kimberly Guilfoyle, she's, remember her, this like screaming banshee of like, ah, at the, you know, at the ellipse, in the ellipse at the January 6th. Whole insurrection's going on and these people are partying. So, and notice that the drug addiction card knights down to her. This would be, has to be Kimberly Guilfoyle. And she has some sad news coming in. These two cards knight together. And maybe this card is speaking to some ambitions to create a down patch for Don Jr., because these cards are sneaking up behind him, but he's looking forward to this. And what he's looking forward to is someone with ambitions. And besides the fact that these are, you know, people he's ambitiously connected to, this is him being very ambitious, but this is also on another level, reading a different layer, that there are ambitious people that are looking to level him in some way. And it has to do from one side of it, because he's been taking payouts. He's been profiting off of these, you know, business contracts. And look how this card knights to the investigation into how he has profited. And this card knights down to his abundance that he's gathered and in risky ways, right? And so he's looking forward to a down patch as to money coming in and to his profits that he can partake in. And then he's also looking forward to, oh no, what do I do? This is our oh my God card, right? This is a card of self-sabotage, and you just can't find your way out. And notice how it knights up to this subpoena card up here, or at least some very sad news, but because it's right next to the adjudication card, it has to be a subpoena at some point. And all of this is hanging over him, right? So let's read the four corners now. So he's on a soul journey. That train's left the station, as you guys say. And part of it is rehab that needs to happen here. And drug addiction, foreign relationships, right? He's all over, he's been in that. And a very painful ending over here that's been building for a long time and will last a long time. It's been building up, but will also last a long time. And it has to do with, again, the way he gets money. He doesn't really, besides him recently, well, for quite some time now, going online, I don't know, he might have his own YouTube channel for all I know, but I just see other people with clips of his making fun of him, you know, like on Midas Touch, and every once in a while when I see something pop up, I might watch it for a few minutes and then it's like, oh, I can't take any more, right? And it's always Don Jr. just acting crazy, and you can tell that he's drugged out. You can tell he's snorting something. He's got something going on. And he's trying to make money, but it will not work because the coffin card is hanging over it. The development will be a painful ending. And it's because I think Jack Smith is going to get him on RICO charges. It looks to me. I don't know if he would I honestly don't know if he would be locked up. I don't have the imprisonment card here. I might have gotten it yesterday with Lisa, though. I think I did, actually. But it might be that for now what we're going to see is some down patch and maybe some rehab going on. And, of course, he would get that in jail, wouldn't he? Yeah. And this could be Ivanka, because this is a sister card, you know. This could be even Eric and Ivanka right here. And it could be all of them that are being investigated. It makes sense to me that it would be the whole family, right? It has to be. Their names are, they are executors, you know, they are co-signatures in the accounts, so there's that. But I can't say for sure that he would be locked up, but there's definitely going to be an investigation into him, is what it looks like to me. So I see nothing but yes when it comes to will this guy be in trouble for RICO charges or money laundering, tax evasion, things like that. He does have a strategy, but his strategy won't work because of these two cards hanging over this one. And this is also, what's her name? The Banshee, Kimberly Guilfoyle, or what do you guys call her? Gargoyle. Yeah. Oh, she was some kind of gargoyle that day for sure. Anyway, her strategy with him is just to make a whole lot of money and be in this hoity-toity kind of society thing and to be in that community. Like, she's headed this way. What's sneaking up behind her back is some karmic soul journey she needs to go on, but she's not there yet, right? But what knights to her is her drug addiction and her sad news coming in. And then here we go with, see, I didn't plan on reading on her, but this comes through, so well, there we go. Her strategy to make money with wealthy people, you know, that's kind of been her lifelong thing. She's going to just continue on that path. I don't know that things are going to go as terribly for her. But it will bother her when he has trouble, of course. I think it might scare the heck out of her. The bad health is hanging over her as well, and the investigation. Yeah, and her teamwork to make the money. She's in it. She deserves to, I think she deserves to have quite the investigation into her, but that's the thing, she's not a co-signature or signer or anything. She's not an executive within any of the Trump organizations. Yeah. Okay, well, so I think I'm done with this one. You guys let me know if I missed anything. What I have not done is like mirrored the cards together, you know, end to end and this way and this way. But I think I got all the messages. But you guys can do that if you want and drop it in the comments. And yeah, meanwhile, the only thing I can say is in summary, before I end, with this card in the middle, I feel like on a general level, Don Jr. is just very, very ambitiously aligned with other people that he can team up with and bond with. And she's a part of it. Kimberly Gargoyle's a part of that. And then there's this whole community of other people that, you know, he's like a lost soul that hasn't found himself, and all his energy goes outside of himself to codependently hook on or dependently hook in to other people. So he's, you know, they have some major relationship issues that I don't know that he'll get to it in this lifetime. So, okay, well, that's it. Take good care, you guys. Bye.